Diamond Matt channel, welcome. Right, today I've been given this full eternity ring, yeah, princess cuts, channel set, all the way around. It's too tight for the lady, unfortunately, so I'll show you what I'm going to do to size it up. I haven't done this on the channel before, so I thought, good, I will make a video when I'm doing this. And we'll get into it. After I've said thank you to Troy Hamblin, new patron, thank you very much, Troy. If you want to become a patron yourself, it'd be a great contribution, enabling me to share more of what I've learnt over the past 24 years as a jeweller. Cool, right, let's get into it. So to do this, you're going to need a ring file, half round file. I'm going to be using, to get rid of those file marks, my cylinder whizzers available in my shop. If you haven't got a micro motor or a pendant motor, you can just get a bit of round bit of wood and then just wrap buff paper around it. That'll do the job. But then you're going to need to polish it afterwards, so it'd be handy if you've got proper polishing equipment. And then today we are joined by Choco. Choco, we're starting. Wait, 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 wake up. We're starting. Choco doesn't care. All right, okay, right, let's get into it. Right, so as you would imagine, a ring with diamonds all the way around, bit tricky to change the size of that. It's possible up, it's possible down. Fortunately for me today, I've just got to make a small adjustment. I suspect it's because the weather. It's got a bit warmer, so people's fingers swell up a little bit just when it's more hot out. So I think it's just a bit of that going on. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to size it up. Fortunately today, I'm aiming to just go up half a size, because if you're doing this, if you're a jeweller, you would have measured the customer's fingers, find out what they need. Because if the ring's here and they need it way up there, it's possible you can cut through them, you can add stones. A bit messy, but there's a limit to that, because you can't, the stones touch each other all the way around. You can't just change the curvature like you can a bare bit of metal. You're going to start breaking stones. So it gets to a point where it very quickly gets to a point where you just got to make them a new ring that fits properly. Yeah, fortunately today, I'm just got to size it up half a size. That'll be noticeable. And when I say half a size, I'm talking about UK ring stick scale. So I think we've got 3 to every US 1 size. So ours are quite accurate, but just half a UK size, people can feel the difference. Anyways, I'm just going to show you what I do to achieve that. Okay, first thing I do is I ultrasonic it. Well, I check all the stones, check all the setting. If there's any broken ones or missing ones, you're going to find out when you're with the customer by looking at it closely with a 10 times loop. These are all pretty good. No breakages. A couple of gaps are mismatched, not all touching each other nicely, but it's pretty good condition. And what I'm looking at also, like that's just to check the stones, and then it's safe for ultrasonic it. Check it again. If any stones come out, you're going to be confident they are in the ultrasonic. Next thing, now it's clean, ready to go. I'm looking at the point of the stones, how much space there is between the point and then that inner edge, because I'm going to be filing metal out the inside, so I want to know how much I can get away with. Sometimes you've got to look all the way around it as well, because sometimes setters are a bit messy with their work, like they'll cut down like in uneven amounts around the ring, so you don't want to end up filing at a certain amount and then find out it's going to go through the metal at one point. So look all the way around it. I think I'm going to get half a size out of this quite easy. Anyway, it's quite a slow process filing, so you can check it as you go along as well, but I'm confident I can file really quite a lot out the inside. So I'm going to be doing that. So what we got size K. Let's get up to K.5. Also check the wrap, put it on a stick and check down it as well, look for gaps, make sure it's perfectly round before you check a size. So no tricks, no fancy angles or anything, just that goes straight across the inside. You can watch your file marks, how they're marking the ring, gives you an idea whether you're tilting it that way or that way, but yeah, if you're new to filing, especially if you've got a brand new file and you're new to making jewellery, when you're doing this, stop and look what you're doing, because it is possible to not really feel the angle of your file. You want to make sure you're going straight across. So if you do it one side more than the other, you ruined your customer's ring. You may not have space to actually straighten it all out. It may look egg-shaped one side. Customers are going to notice that kind of thing. Because no matter the value, could be £100, could be 10 grand. Rings have a lot of sentimental value to customers, very special to them, even cheap ones. So you've got to do things well, because guarantee they're going to be looking closely at what you've done to it afterwards. So I just file a bit, move it round, file a bit, move it round. This is platinum. Did a little bit, and that's already showing signs of going up a little bit. I wasn't expecting it to move that much. Yeah, so it has gone up a little bit. It was dead on K, now it's up a little bit, so just check your progress. You may, something just come to mind, you may have seen on YouTube like videos like tricks jewelers use to con customers, things like that. I want to do a video from the other perspective. I want to do a video on like tricks customers do to con jewelers. An example of that is, like, they changed the rules, yeah, like you'll get a finger size off them, they'll be using the finger measuring guides on one finger, but when you do the job, they come to collect it, they're trying it on a different finger or the same finger on the other hand, and the size is completely wrong, and they make out like it's your fault, they've done something wrong. It's not true. Hello. So what we did, that happened a few times, and to protect us from customers doing that, we started writing down, because we write a packet, like their name, number, like describe the ring, what we can do to it and all this stuff. We should just put, without even mentioning to customer, we had like left or right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we're making it for this ring, it would just be like L 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'd write L4 on the packet, or R4, whatever. Just so we know when they come back, we can check what was agreed and what was like established we were going to do to the ring. But yeah, customers do awkward things like that, so you got to watch out. So yeah, be very clear. Like, don't be, because you can size rings, you can get them like half size wrong, and the customer will accept it. But just, I would always be really ultra confident about what the ring is, what it was, what you're doing to it, how it fits them. Just give customers good advice, and then write everything down clearly so everyone understands what's going on. And then if there's any kind of confusion afterwards, you've got kind of a bit of writing to kind of confirm what was meant to happen to it. Anyway, I just wanted to say that while I'm doing this. So anyway, this is sizing up quite fast, yeah, so I'm just going to go around it, probably twice more, check it again. I think that's kind of all I need to do, is sizing up quite fast. Okay, so just a few minutes filing, quite quick and easy. It's gone up almost half a size. So now as I'm approaching what I need it to be, I'm just going to double check around the inside again, make sure the stones are all nowhere near coming out, sticking out the bottom. Okay, so I've got it sitting at K1/2. Turn the ring around, K1/2. Good. But remember, when you're papering around the inside, that also takes a bit of metal away. So there's a chance the size will increase a little bit more, a tiny amount. But yeah, papering around the inside does make a difference. And I don't know if you remember, I don't know if I even did, I wanted to kind of make clear that I was filing straight across here and not trying to put any angles on there. But the ring that fitted this lady was K1/2, but had a slightly court shape, so the corners were rounded. So that's why I wanted to make sure I've got K1/2 by going flat. And now I'm going to round off the outside a little bit. And that is actually another bit of a cheat. Like, if you fired out the maximum amount, you can make it sort of feel looser by taking metal away from the corners. So rather than go straight across, you reached your maximum, then take the corners away a little bit. It can help you out a little bit, make the size a bit bigger. And yes, of course, doing all this removes all hallmarks, all engraving. If that's a problem, if you're a new business, you've got to kind of bend over backwards to please customers. When you're an established jeweler, it's great. You can just say like, no, we've got to file the inside, all of it. And if they don't like it, they leave in a huff and they go complaining to other jewelers about you, fine. Like, you don't need the headache. You've got to file out all of it inside to do this properly. Otherwise, you're filing more. If you're trying to avoid a hallmark, you've got to file more around other areas of the ring. It's just not going to work. You've got to file around all of it. So if any customer's got a big problem with that, you can't do the job. Just don't. Yeah, you can't please them. So just say bye to them. Going straight across. So next, I tilt the file a little bit. So just hold it exactly the same. Try and hold it steady, and then just hit the corner a little bit. Probably hold the file a bit lighter, a bit more gently. Just do a bit, move around. It's quite important to pay attention to what you're actually filing. You want to look at the edge you're taking off and then match that. You should have like a parallel kind of filed line around the outside. You want to keep it even. You don't want it looking from the side like really noticeable that you filed more one side than the other. So just do a small amount all the way around and then go over it again if you need to. But again, these paper whizzers do a good job of this. They're quite effective at taking off that corner. So you can do a lot of this with just the whizzers. But I would always start it off with a file. Right, you seeing that? So first step, go straight across, and then second step, just put that edge on. So I'm not rocking it about, I've just gone straight across there, and then I've put a straight angle around that. the roundness from it will come from the paper whizzer, and then polishing as well does a little bit to smooth it all off. So that's all I do with the file, straight and then angle, and I'll do both sides obviously. Yeah, so I'm going to start papering it now. Got some file marks to remove, so I'm going to put a coarse one in and turn it on. Usually helps. Okay, kind of same routine really. Kept it flat, made sure I hit all that surface correctly, and then just gently hit that, keeping it at the same angle. I like these cylinder phrases that are solid. They are a bit more control about what's going on. So the other ones that you got one somewhere. Yeah, these like split mandrels. The paper sits in it and it flaps about, and that flappy bit can round off bits you didn't want rounding off, or just does a bit of work in areas you weren't keeping an eye on. So these are a bit more accurate, a bit more sort of jeweler friendly. They just do a better job. It's more round. They last longer, less flappy, less dusty. They're just better. So obviously, all the file marks have got to be removed. Curvature's got to be nice and even all the way around, both sides. Just increasing the angle of it a bit more. Just touch it with this one, and then I'll do more papering with a smoother one, just to make it extra neat. And just generally have a look from the side to make sure it all looks sort of even. If there's a spot where you think it looks a bit thinner, you can paper it a little bit more in that area. Right, so I won't bore you with the polishing, but that ring is done. I just wanted to show you my exact technique. So filing it, make sure it's perfectly round. Okay, first of all, right, customer comes in, you've got to be really clear about what you're going to do to the ring to size it up. Like, you're going to file it out, they're going to remove all the hallmarks, all engraving, like that Tiffany hallmark they love so much is going to go. They've got to be happy with that before you proceed, because that's the only way you can do it. You can't just file some of it and just leave a hallmark section. It's not going to work. You've got to be allowed to file all around the inside. The ring has to be perfectly round. You clean it out. Always good advice. Yeah, I file straight across, then I take the corners off, just checking the size all the time. Papering will change the size a little bit as well. In platinum, go extra smooth, check it, keep checking the size, check with your finger as well, make sure it feels nice, there's no burrs in there. But yeah, this is just small amounts up only. I reckon I could get another half size out of that. The ring she tried, K1/2 with rounded insides, court shape, worked really well, so I'm confident this is good. But if she wants it a bit more, I can do it a bit more. I know the ring now, I've checked around the inside, I know there's metal I can take away without hitting the stones underneath. Anyway, I'm confident this is good, but she can have the same amount again, I think, and get away with it. But yeah, if you're doing this for customers, you've got to be clear about what you're going to do to the ring. You can't just keep filing away forever, because you're making the ring thinner, you're changing the structure of it a little bit. And even if cutting through it, if they want to spend the money for extra diamonds, you're going to cut into it, open it up, put a piece in, and then set a stone in it, supply and set a stone in it. Big job, quite difficult, skillful work to do it nicely. But even that, you can't do it forever. I can't just size it up like 6, 7 sizes, because you're changing the curvature of the ring, and it's just going to damage all the stones, and they all bang into each other. Can't stretch it up on a stretcher thing. Yeah, you are a bit limited, so it very quickly becomes apparent that you've got to make a new mount for them. So it's an expensive job if they want a totally different size. Yeah, so that's how I did it. Thanks for watching. If you want to become a patron, help me out, make more videos like this, sharing useful information that I've learned over the past 24 years as a pro jeweler. Links in the description to do that. Or you can become a Diamond Mountain member now, just a little supporter thing. I think it's like $3 or something. And if not, just watch and enjoy. Yeah, I appreciate you clicking like and subscribe and all that. Helps the channel grow. And yeah, cool. Right, see you in the next one. Bye. Don't forget to keep checking the size.